Hi everybody! Hello. Happy New Year! How are you? What's going on? If you don't know me, my name is Aditola Olanrewaju, but you can call me Tola. And I guess I just wanted you to know that I'm back with Real Talk with Tola. But basically, I wanted to come back on this platform, reopen, re-kick off, reignite Real Talk with Tola with new perspective. I haven't done a video in what feels like 2 years to 3 years, and I'm back. And I just wanted you guys to, get excited to go on this journey with me. We're going to be talking about love. As you guys know, some of you may know already, love, sex, relationship, and God. But it's new and it's improved because, I don't experience life in that sense. And I'm coming to you guys with new perspective, new topics to just dig and dive into and have a real conversation about the things that affect us as women, that affect us as men, that affect us in our relationships and marriage, with raising children. And so I hope you guys enjoy this video. I hope you guys enjoy the series. I hope you guys enjoy the conversations that we're going to have, and I hope that you engage as well. Share this video, send me your DMs, send me DMs, send me your questions, send me your disagreements. I want us to have a really robust discussion about the topics that we cover. Like I said, we're going to be talking about love, we're going to be talking about relationships, we're going to be talking about in-laws, we're going to be talking about finances, we're going to be talking about career, your career as well as a woman. And this is not just for women. I want the fellas, send it to your boyfriend, send it to your dad, send it to your mom. We're going to just have conversations about life. So let's get right to it. And today I wanted to talk about, my journey to getting my self-esteem back. So I don't know, some of my close friends know, and some of you may know, like I stopped doing videos for a long time. And that was because I guess life happened, situations happen, and, really trying to get back into the groove of things was really hard. And I think it was only until, I guess, July this year, and maybe November, I think the whole of 2021, 2020, I wasn't posting on social media. We all had the corona hit us, a lot of things happening personally, that I only started posting on social media. I just kind of went on a social media break for a long time, but I wanted to sort of reignite that because, there's so much that I think I have to share. And in the same way, I hope that this encourages you, that there's so much that you have to offer to the world as well, whether that's through your social media, whether that's through your friends and your family and your circle of influence. You as a person, you have a lot of gems, you have your stories, you have your encounters, you have your wisdom that the world actually needs to hear and learn from. God has placed something in your heart. God has given you, your experiences, your stories to help, to reach out, to build up, to encourage other people. And that's what I want to do right now. So what's she talking about? How did I get my self-esteem back? What was wrong with my self-esteem? I think I got to a phase in my life where I was just really, I got stuck in comparing myself to others. So even with Real Talk with Tola, being honest with you, other people were doing what I was doing, and I felt, they do it so much better than me. and I really got in my head, and I stopped believing, I guess, in the journey, in the story that I had to tell, in the journey that I had to go on. And my perspective is quite different. I'm not your traditional, Christian in that sense. I think I will give you a nuanced perspective where, we can have a discussion where I think sometimes when we come to the conversation about faith, about love, and what we should do as Christians, it's always very black and white. You're very either yes or no. But the reality of the human condition is that things are not always as easy as right and wrong, or things are not always as as easy as we predict. And I think we make that assumptions about our lives as Christians sometimes, that because we know Christ, because we know God, that things just should fall into place. And sometimes it doesn't. But anyway, back to the topic. That's another topic for another day. So on building self-esteem, one of the things that I really struggled with was just like gaining a lot of weight, and I was not really confident in my body. I wasn't confident in my voice. I wasn't confident in what I was projecting to the world. And I felt like I ticked off all the boxes in life. I'd got my degree, I'd got my master's, I got married, bought a house, had my 2 children, and I just felt really empty in that sense, that okay, I've ticked all the boxes. I've done all the things that people say you should do, or these are the marks of success in a sense. And then there was just that emptiness that followed that. Okay, so what else is there to life? As a 22-year-old, 22 to 24-year-old, then just kind of questioning, okay, what is the point to this life then? If I've done all these, I've achieved all the things that you're meant to achieve basically at that point in my life, what exactly is the point? What is my value? And, what is my purpose, without being cliche? And I guess, yeah, it was, I think, and on the weight front as well, it was, I went to the shop one day and I couldn't get on like a size, a pant size that I was holding on to. And I just felt so broken and I felt so dejected in that sense that I'm not happy. Like, what can I do that I'm not happy? And I guess weight loss was my catalyst to getting me there. And while I could have been happy in my weight, I just wasn't happy. I was very worried about my health, the kind of life, the kind of legacy that I was leaving for my children, whether or not I was encouraging them to, be healthy people as well in the lifestyle and the choices that I made. Instead of, first lockdown, I was baking up a storm, cooking up a storm, eating eating really, really, a lot. And I really had to sit down and pray and say, okay, what am I using food to replace in my life? Is there a void in me that I am, I'm trying to, fulfill? Because like, there's no way I'll see food, I must eat it. What is she meaning? So it was really important to have that conversation with myself and say, okay, Tola, where exactly are you trying to go? I think I was about over 100 kgs. That's how big I was, I'd gotten, and I was just like, well, this is definitely the spirit of gluttony. Like, it's giving gluttony for me, when you don't have that sense of self-control. You don't have any self-control. So one thing I had to do was just, making a decision. And that decision was based on me. It wasn't based on what anybody had said to me. It wasn't based on what family had said. Oh, Tola, you this, you did it. I was not listening. I was not hearing. Okay, I was not hearing. It had to be a decision, that I had to make for myself. And I say that and I extend that to you in the sense that when you are trying to build up your self-esteem, it's a decision that you have to make for yourself. And you have to be able to sit down and have an honest conversation with you that things really do have to change. Like, it can't stay the way that they are for a long time. And only you and God can help you to realize and make that decision. So one of the things that I did was setting daily goals for myself. So I guess with weight loss, one of the funny things is that we're always thinking about the end results. I think because of media like Biggest Loser, shows like Biggest Losers, or like TikTok with all the weight loss videos, we're always looking at the end. We don't realize that it's a daily, everyday step. And my thing was with weight loss. For you, it could be with building your confidence. It could be with speaking in public. It could be setting boundaries with your friend, or feeling better about yourself. Getting good at makeup and your outwardly expression, or how you present yourselves, or getting on a video and filming a video. So set daily goals. Setting daily goals for myself really helped me. One thing that I wrote that's like, okay, I followed the 75 hard program, going for walks daily, exercising regularly, and the works. Because I approached it, as a step-by-step process, it really helped me, and I was seeing progress every day. So it's not, don't think about the mountain that you have to climb, think about each step that you have to take, making decisions to improve yourself or live better for yourself. One other things that I also did was being kind to myself and taking away my triggers. So with my self-confidence, I had to be really strict and unfollow a lot of people, because I think with social media we get to a point where life is like you're seeing everything perfect, and it's not. And it's not a bad thing that people always project their happy-go-lucky self. That's not a bad thing. I think it's amazing that we can have an escape, I guess, in real life. But to a point where it got like, I got just so depressed when I would see, girls that, were my age, or moms that were my age, and they were snatched, they're looking good and stuff. And I really had to block and follow a lot of that, because it didn't help me feel better about myself. I was comparing myself. I didn't feel beautiful. I felt depressed. And I really had to be intentional about unfollowing, muting anybody that just was not helping my mental health, regardless of whether they were my close friends. Some of y'all don't even know I don't follow you, because if that's my insecurity and my jealousy, I can't put myself in that position where it's hurtful or it's harmful for me. I have to protect myself. So I was very, very cautious of creating and protecting my mental health during this time. If anything would trigger me, if somebody like, in a bikini would trigger me, if I would, or somebody wearing like, talking about their size 8 outfit would trigger me, I would just not participate in that kind of content, because I just had to protect my mind. I just had to do better for my mind so that I could build my self-esteem back. Another thing that helped me was, getting people to be accountable, that I could be accountable to. So telling my friends about the journey that I was going on, helping, sending a couple of my friends, like they were getting regular updates from me on, every time I would, like, my body would change, or my pictures, of my development would change, they would get that. And that just really helped me to sort of validate that, okay, I'm taking the right steps. I may not see the change, but other people are seeing the change. And it was really affirming. At the end of the day, one thing that I want to drive is with building back your self-esteem is that it really is a mindset shift. It starts with you. One of the things that I wrote down is that, with my weight loss, I wanted it to be a mindset shift. And I'm not there yet, guys. I'm not at my goal weight, but I feel so much better as to where I am, that I'm confident in what I look like right now. It's not where, I still, have a round belly, I've had 2 kids. I'm being gentle with myself, but I don't feel overly unhealthy, and I know that I can do it. I think sometimes with, building our self-esteem, or reaching a goal, it always feels like it's so unattainable. But I was able to prove to myself that, okay, I actually have self-discipline. I actually have, I can say no. One of the things that I struggled with, I'm not lazy. My body is physically capable of doing these things. Therefore, I can achieve these goals that I can. So just taking things step by step, little by little, building upon those things, setting goals for myself. So I wasn't unrealistic, setting goals for myself, saying I want to be healthier, I want to be more disciplined, I want to lose weight, and I don't want to be, fat, I don't want to be diabetic. Those were the words that I used for myself. I want my skin to be healthy, because I had terrible skin before because of my bad eating choices. And one thing I wrote is like, my body is the temple of the Most High God. So caring for myself, caring for who I am is important. And I think that's important for us as ladies, as women, as whether you're married, whether you're single, having value in yourself and not just seeking validation from your husband. You hear stories of women that get married. There's actually one thing that I know for sure. When you get married and you're comfortable and you're happy, the weight gain is bound to happen sometimes. You're just enjoying yourself, you're eating, you're chopping life with your husband, and when there's that sense of peace, and sometimes when there's stress as well, you could run to food, you can run to an addiction. It could be alcohol, it could be anything. For me, I just turn to food. But that just put me down a spiral. So looking after my mental health is so important. Looking after myself is important, because I can be happier to my husband. I'm not unhappy, I'm not grumpy, I'm friendlier. I'm not comparing myself, and I just feel like that makes me a better person. And I hope that, in what I'm saying, you can also look at, areas of your life that you could make changes in, become a better person, build that self-esteem back, surround yourself with people that feed your spirit. Surround yourself with things that feed your spirit. Be strict with yourself. Have a very honest conversation. If the path that you're going on to, if you continue to do the things that you're doing, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, 6 months from now, are you going to thank yourself, or are you going to live in regret? So being quite conscious of that. Have people that tell you the truth around you, but are kind to you, and they can keep you accountable to your goals and will encourage you as you're trying to achieve your goals. And I hope you guys have enjoyed that video. That was my little chit chat, about how I built my self-esteem, and I'll catch you guys next week. Bye bye.